やっていこうね。スクエリジウム終盤に入っております。よーし、いろいろ調べるところあるよね。新しいマップ久々だよ。補給基地とつながっている。
Yes, so it seems.
何のために使われていたと思う？
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
ずーってコンテナとかをバーッ流してたのかな。てか繋いでねえ、走らせて。
As a defensive measure, lock it off that
防衛
side
手段
of
と
the
してね、
bay.
ピンと張ればね。誰から封鎖するんだ？
From enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
あら。そう。海岸に食うのが投げ捨てた。あれないか。ダメか。食うのが投げ捨てたすごい音してるけど。ヘルメットは落ちてるんじゃないかなってちょっと期待してるんだけどな。なんだい？よく粘り気がある。重油の匂いか。火気厳禁、危ない。なんだい？あ、ちょっと待って。
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea. The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105. On the islet, there is almost no wind, just snow quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrush is swaying on the waterline, like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work. A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree. The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers.
Tending to its feathers.
Snow falls on the water, melting away without even a whisper. A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building. Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. A flake of snow falls on an extinguished campfire. Yes.
沈黙の下には
Called the Mama Dakwa.
沈黙の下にはコルドママダクアがいる？嘘？なんだと？違う。沈黙の元にはコルドママダクアっていうもう暗号みたいな感じになってるの？合言葉みたいな。ヒム。
Yes?
静かな島だな。
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
待って、まだ聞きたいものがある。
The lieutenant nods in silence.
Yes?
実に静かだと思わないか？
Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant nods in
Yes? ヒム、
It is.
静かだな。
Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant
はい、目を開
nods
けて聞
in
くのをやめ
silence.
る。いろいろあるぞ。下入れるよな。回り道してくるのかな？ ICM。回り道できそうだね。カバの木。階段がなくなっている。ここ入ったら建物の中に完全に入っちゃう？マップ移動になるのか。外から探索すべきかな。広さを見て決めよう。広いな、これは。買い戻ろう。外から探索だ。なんだい？
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
ICM とはなんだ？
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM に近いね。
It does.
どうしてだ？
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
かもしれない。
It's impossible to say. It was chaos
Level up
after
da.
the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
ちょっと待てよ。キルポイントゲットしなかったぞ。レベル上がったのに。ページ質が上がる。
It's going to be hard to say them.
あ、失敗した。
Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
つまり俺たちは栄光ある革命軍の末裔ってことか。一息つこうか。
This is better preserved than the others. You can still read the sign.
白い点だ。
No. An upside down star.
草間
With its horns in the sky, the
Wait,
symbol
Tenjai,
of the
Hoshi.
commune.
ああ、コミューンのシンボルね。この点も星なの
No,
か？
that's the uninhabited
インレッ
archipelago.
ト。
A
よくわからん
DeLorean
な。
era symbol
Ah.
of Insulinda, known as the
ボルなんだ。
face in the sea.
古そうだな。なんでこんなところに。
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this.
いやー、武
Old
器
bullets,
集められ
guns,
るぞ
fuel.
ここ。怪しいよ、ここ。小川から。あれ？あ、入らなきゃダメかな、こりゃ。こっから出てくるのか、むしろ。そうか、そうか。じゃあ、建物内見ていこう。あ、そんな行っちゃう？じゃあ、近場から。階段が崩れているな。あっち側から来ないとな。ここは？
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right.
小規模発電機。
The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel. Check.
It's cold now. But someone has been
メンテナ
maintaining
ンスしてる。
it. The wiring has been repaired.
燃料注ぐ。燃料持ってるっけ？
The lieutenant
タンクは持って
assists
るけど。
you, holding the canister
あ、持っ
up
てた。
to the fuel tank as you tilt. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side.
もうちょっと調べ
The
たかった
recoil
な。
start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old
おー、
warhorse
動き
before
始め
settling
てる。
down to a rattle.
ああ、メンテナンスされてるしね。この電線はどこにつながってるんだ？
Downstairs, somewhere?
革命を軽く
The
叩く。
tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
ああ、振らなくてよかった。いやー、これね、多分。すごい高い、高く売れるなって思ってたんだけど。振らなくてよかった。空想的な歴史小説。こりゃなんだ？服かな？ホースと炎で汚れた食器。誰か住んでるあ、ファン系のやつだ。あ、でもスキルポイントちゃんと増えてるね。あ、ファン系の服だよ。白黒の感じね。ファンシリーズ。ファルンか。ファルン。ファルンで揃ったね。もうないかな。帽子があったような気がする。ほら、ファルンの帽子。完璧だね。まあないかな。手袋は、袋もない。あ、これか？ファルンだ。に合わせる必要はないんだけどね。以上かな。イエーイ。運動しやすい服になったぞ。これは これ、軍の払い下げの冬物スカーフ。共感か。共感は、まあでも人とこれから話すんだろうな。ってとこ。共感もともと高いけどね。平成が来られると終わるな。あ、これ？あ、知らなかった。これ持ってると。内陸帝国とか上がったんだ。でも、権威下がるから別に。
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They
怪
are
し
not
いな、これ。
particularly well organized.
本をざっと見てみる。
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
ねえ、住みかに。共産至上主義。私、共産至上主義だっけ？そんな記憶はないんだが。概念かね。共産至上主義。ここら辺来ちゃダメか。ここら辺に来ても。
Soft covers, serialized fantastique.
あれは共産とは違う。概念化、概念化。極めて難しいだから。わざわざ、なんか、ポイント振ってまでやるものじゃないよね。
Soft covers, serialized fantastique, and detective. Oh yes,
あ、いけた。
under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
見ろよ、キム。共産主義者が力強い理論を語ってるぞ。真実に即して、切々とな。古田共産主義者が熱弁してるぞ。何一つできない連中の憂鬱なざれ言だ。特に言うことは何もないな。
Elysium. Humanitarian sciences stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West anymore.
そうなんだ。あんまり見かけない本だ
Your
ね。
incendiary
人道主
remark
義
has
科
failed
学。
to provoke him.
煽り文句言った？特に言うこと。左翼って言ったから、どうなんだろうね。共産主義の学生の部屋にもなかったか。あったね、確か。持ってたな。
Well, yes. That one student did.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
違反理論の本か。これは何を意味してると思う？
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
なんかろうそく変な動き方してるしね。興味深いな。気になるな。ねえ、ろうそく型。
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
どれくらい最近に
A
現れ
flash
て
of
る？
pain
ああ、失敗した。
interrupts you, making you
隠
wince
し
instead
口
of
か。
letting the words out.
You know, officer,
ああ、
you
膝
can
が痛
rest
かった
here
か。
if you are feeling tired.
膝か知ら
I
ない
will
けど。
keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
休んでる暇はないぞ。時間ぐらい
Yes,
に、
anytime.
眠っ
If you
て
need rest later,
イ
it's
ベント
okay
発
by
生
me.
するかもしれないけど
You
ね。
don't have to be a hero. The greasy old
あ、
The offer still stands.
あ、それだけか。他になんか言うことあっての気がするけど。10トン以上ある。お、マグネシウムか。やんな。いやいやいや、気力はいいのよ。これは？あ、これ。ここから調べるものなのね。広大だったようだ。で、そこは階段が崩れて、では、
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door.
穴が
There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
ドアの向こうに何があるん
Another
だ？
part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
どうやって開けるんだ？
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
開けないドア。
He's right. It would be better to open its
兄貴
big
分のド
brother.
ア。
A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling.
うーん、
It must control the blast door.
開けないなんてありえないぞ。
Alright, I retract my statement. It was my idea. Let's look around and get it open.
開けたいよ、これ。他のところで方法を見つけるんだろうな。お？
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
なんだこれ。キーボードに指を走
The
らせる。
keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
何十年も使われていない。こりゃな
The
んだ？
console of an antique computation
計
device.
算機。
The generator upstairs, with wires coming out.
なるほど。
Determine it here.
この制御盤で防火扉を開けられるかもしれないな。
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
イメージェンシーオープン。
The
Dial.
blast door opens with a series of
Yatta.
clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
よし。おー、開くねー。楽しみだ。どうだろう。あれ、オイルって絶対開けられたかな？
A sudden wave of
What's your
anxiety
main battle?
makes your skin crawl.
あれ、不安の波に襲われている。何があるんだ？
I don't know.
怖い
Don't
な。
be. I have a
あ、
gun.
はい。俺だって銃を持ってる。
It was not easy to acquire.
ね。装備しとこうか。今まで一度も、そういえば装備してなかったなって思う。もうこれいらないか、さすがに。こうとこうでいこう。こうとこうでいこう。よし。
Holding the gun feels natural and
はい、初め
satisfying.
て持ちました。
It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
俺の手はこいつの感触を覚えていたようだ。
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain.
あ
The
ー
sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. Sheathe your sidearm, officer. A serious law official, cop by the book, should know to only unholster their service
収めろっ
weapon
て言われちゃっ
when
た。
using it is unavoidable.
しかしな。
A dim golden glow and
It's on. Turn emergency open.
オ
automatic
ープンを開け
boot.
たライト内部というボ
The
タンを
lighting
押す。
in the room
Oh.
turns on with a sizzle.
これで新しいところ調べられるようになってない？なさそう。こっちが出たらあそこ。にゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ。水が勢いよく。で、 なぜ気力ばっかりなんだ。あ、これから気力をゴリゴリ削られるのかな。直撃だったのだ。さあ、貨物船の音は聞く。ないか。私は、あ、こっち降りられる？絶対ヘルメットがあると私は見てるんだよ。ないか？見抜いて落ちないように。ないのか。そうか。ないのか？ウィンチね。お。
A strange feeling looking at the water.
入る？
Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
なぜだ？
Perhaps there's someone there
何か、あ、
under the water
ヘルメットじゃな
waiting
い？
for you. Where it has always been. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal.
だけど寒いだろう。
Cold and still. But love is warm like the inside of her mouth.
いいね。
Oh fuck, yes. Go there in your head. It's been days since you thought about her. A week. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over. In the snowing mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
あれ？あれ？あれ？ダメなのかい？いけないっぽいぞ、結局。あ、はい。こうこう。あれ？水に入れって言われたのに、私の意志力が高すぎた、ひょっとして。ダメなのかもしれない。私の意志力が高すぎたかもしれない。そうか、残念。水の中なんかあると思うんだけど、あ、なにあらららららら、痛い？で、こっちに人がいないか、大丈夫か。あ、なんだい、結局燃料容器があったんだ。公平用地図。ドアルミン、あ、やった、ドルアミンだ。ドルアミンは体力だ。よしよしよし。
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime.
こっからだ。
This looks like a good place to shoot from.
マットレスを調べる
A。single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
パンから一本取り出
The
す。
silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
手を持っている。ランズエンドにあったものと同じ。おう。
I may have been wrong
覚えてない
when I
けど。
said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations.
ね。
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
壁を調べ
There's a
る。
firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
コンクリートに触れて
Quite
みる。
old and grimy from years without cleaning. by anything other than the rain.
コンクリートに開いた穴の向こうを覗いてみる。
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach.
ちょうど見える。
A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar.
左を見ると、
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery
あ
fire.
あ、集合住宅。
Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
右を見ると、
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10.
共同
The
住
doomed
宅か。
commercial area.
で、中間に見えるのが、
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop. The upstairs window of Clausia's room. In the snow, reflecting light.
見えたぞ。
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than
Yeah.
that.
窓どころではない。双眼鏡があれば部屋の中だって見えるぞ。
A pair of binoculars or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against a cheek rest. Hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this.
ここだ。ここからなら撃っている。
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
ようやくたどり
In
着
our
けたか。
defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
そうだな。そうだ
He
な。
looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress. He's conflicted for a second. There's guilt there. It takes him a moment to rationalize it away.
犯人がまだここにいる可能性はないか。
Where?
マルティネーズ、この島にだよ。今ここね。自分のこと言ってるんじゃないこれ。この島にだよ。
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says, he feels uncomfortable
あ、ビビ
suddenly.
ってんの。
We should move now.
はい、移動した方が良さそう。見つかるんじゃないこれ。帰ろう帰ろう。あー、そっか。オイル缶か。本来はこれを使って動かすんだったのかな。よっしゃ、あっち側も行こう。こっち側にいるんじゃないの？お私は今海岸にすごい注目しているぞ。あ、なんか出たけど。ゴムボートか。なんだい？あ、白い花だ。白い花か。フラーシュのいたところで飛んでいた白い花。あ、いた。白い花か。ここに来てた人がここにも来たってるから。あ、でもクラーシェの知り合いっていう可能性は普通にあるよね。クラーシェ自身は撃ってないとしてもいるよ人。息。 なんか音が気になるぞこれ。聴覚。視覚相当高いけど、視覚の何かありそうな気がちょっとする。視覚上げてみよう。手と目の強調上げて。あ、共感でいくか演劇でいくか。さばき。1目最後。うん。これを焼いてる音、いやそんなはずはないなあ。違うか。じゃあ行こっか。うん。こんにちは。
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth,
あ、そうへ。
then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black
あな
eyes,
たが犯人
hooded
か。
by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
ああ、なんだ。いや、私を憎んでいるって見えてね。あんたが君の男
The
か。
what now?
最近
I
二
can't
人の
hear
あ
you.
二人の子供に火を消すように言わなかったか。孫の二人だ。
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
視力が良さそうだな。
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
あんたが倒幕扉を閉めたのか。
I did. And you opened it. How?
発電機に燃料を入れて制御盤を使った。
I should have burned that console down.
なぜ俺が来ると分かった。
Reactionary rock and roll music.
あ
Playing on the water.
あ、流してたもんね。
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
ほんとよ。どうでもいいことだろうな、多分。何も言わんとこ
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating mental illness music.
う。いい銃を持っているな。
It's not nice.
あら、
It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
ベルマグレイブか。
It's a 3-angle
あ、違った。
446.
違う
A
か。
Samurai rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
軍事援助品。
It has stayed true to him.
ああ、ずっ
He
と。
can still make it sing.
センヤオコミューンってなんだ。
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
この武器はあんたに忠実なんだな。俺の武器も同じだ。うん。 見せよう。
Yes, I bet you've killed a lot of
そ
people
んな
with it. You fascist fuck.
記憶のあるうちには殺してないぞ、
Have
この
you
銃では。
come to make me one of them?
We have come to ask you questions, nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
The danger levels here are hard to read. One moment he's a fire, the next a fire
yeah.
gone out.
殺してくれ。置いたら承知しない。銃は持っていてもいいが。どうしよう。話がしたい。
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified
Otto.
night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy
お、
commander.
剣いつの間にそんな高くなってる。
Corresponding rank.
すごい。俺がその階級付きの敵指揮官だ。銃を下ろせ。
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be? Dog.
警部補町長だ。
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
杖として使ってるの本
It's
当？
out of bullets.
はいでもなんか拾うのも申し訳ないな。もう拾おう。
His
はい。
gaze follows
Ah,
your
no?
motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire.
詳し
The
く調べ
rifle's
る。
in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in
4.46
Sindao.
4.46 じゃなかったっけ。あ、休め。あ、休め。あ、休めって書いてある。休めばよかった。なんかあったかもね。4.46 だ。4.46 使っ
The
て
right
るね。
type and the right calibre.
He's liking this.
彼の言った通り、これは深夜製のトライアンゴンだ。
No one said it has to be a Belma grave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangon, too.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
あんたは何者だ？
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
そうね、これもうこの話聞いただけで連行することはできるよな。
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the insular
Wow,
Indian
革命軍の
citizens
生き残り。
militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing, When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen, still armed and ideologically trained. I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
なるほど。
51 minus 8 equals 43.
なんかそんなこと話した？ああ、そういうことね。この島に43年もいるのか。
No. I've been on other islands too. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
もう一度聞くが、ここに43年。ここじゃないよな。舞台から逃げたと言っていたが。
I was just 16 years old.
ああ、そっか。
15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
信念を失った。
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
十分って何がだ？
for reaction to take hold.
反動主義ってのは、
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
そうだな。誰もがブルジョワ的な側面を持っていて、物が元から逃げようとする。正確にはいつの話
May
だ？
the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky and it looked like it formed the clouds, storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
ブローマ術。
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower. Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. But I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
でも地図室には行かなかったんだな。
I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
Airships, multi-roted airships used in the landing.
そりゃ飛行船か。
Aerostatics. The landing had started. I climbed out into hell. There were ships all above, hissing, whirling, and men pouring out. The chain was submerged, so I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered.
いやー、逃げられるな。逃げた
They'd
く
all
なるよな。
drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
見たって何を？
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know
何がわかる？
that the bourgeois are not human.
あんたは正気を失ってる。俺もずっと同じことを考えてる。この話はこれで十分だ。いや、最後まで聞こう。
I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
この島は何なんだ？
It's not an island, Dwat.
あ
It's a
ー、
defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And
Nani
I
da-
am its last surviving defender.
何に使われたんだ？
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of
他の鎖
Revachol.
使うのか。
We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
上陸作、レバショール奪還作戦のことか？
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they call Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
まあ、仲間じゃないと思うけどね。でも RCM はさ、この人は ICM の人だよな。でも連合、待てよ。ちょっと、もうここら辺どっちがどっちか分かんなくなってるのよ。そいつらの仲間ではないな、
Sure
少
you
な
are.
くとも。
You're
まあね。
RCM.
やっぱ RCM はそうなのか。
Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
連合軍だ。
Iblis,
イブリース？
the black-eyed angel.
今までどうやって生き延びてき
How
た？
does anyone survive? I steal supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since
Ah.
winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical
Yeah.
facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
ドルアミンと鎮痛剤ひとまず使う？
I have been running out of that stuff.
どうやって正気を保ってきたんだ？
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
地獄か。すが何か言おうとしているの気づく。
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone.
あ、そうな
I
んだ。
watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
これだけ長い間どうやって身を隠してきたんだ？
It was hard in the Thames.
あ
I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
どうやってここと陸とを行き来したんだ？
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
なぜ普通に、そりゃ歩けないから。でも今は歩くことだってできるんだがなって。
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
武器庫があった。地下にな。あんたは行ったことがあるか？
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? Useless now. Rusted away.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights, ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
ルビーがいたとこか
The
な。
propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
とつきたいんだが、あんたティウムティリを吸うか？
I do.
街で吸ったことか？
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
もう一つ教えてくれ。
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
43年隠れてたか聞くか。
43 years and 10 months.
随分な決心をしたもんだな。何して残ったのかな。
It's not how a human being should live.
決心したの
But
か。
I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
諦められなかったんだな。
He nods. But he can now.
あ
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags
あ。なんだ
cafeteria.
い。
Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black letters splashed across the plaza mosaic.
ボーリングインラグズのカフェテリア。あ、衛生警官のジャン・ビックマールがあらららら私のところに来ようとしてくれたのかしら。
Patrol officer Judith Minot
あ
points
あ、あの
west.
サングラスと
The
女性
fishing
かな。
village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
いつかあなたのそばに帰る。あ、
Always Always waiting.
一回様村に行って戻ってくるっていう意味、なんか書き方が意味深だけど。あ、で、ずっと待っているに戻ったんだな。うん。あ、身を隠して釣りをして待っていた。何を待っているんだ？
For her to return.
あー、なんか近いもの感じるな。
Her who?
彼女。
Girl, child, revolution.
あー、たちの核。彼女はもういない。でもらわないと困る。フラーシェ？娘たちの革命。
Always.
彼女はもういない。
The material base for an uprising has
あ、昔
eroded.
の
The
この
working
時の
class
人
has
たちの
betrayed
こと。
mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try. What, 43 years? It's not
He nodded, but he
What have you been?
hiding.
2 police patrol the officer.
Always wait for her.
Her who?
Girl,
彼
child,
女。
revolution.
歴史には絶対はない。また革命が起きる可能性はある。
No.
彼。
The material
Ah,
base for
¿dónde
the historic opportunity for our
ジ
revolution
ョイス
has
の方
passed.
かな。
It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
いやでも、労働者階級の話。労働者階級はイブラート側だよな。うん。不明の機会は過ぎ去っ
So
た。
that's why he's the deserter.
うん。そう言うなよ。そう言うなよ。
What can I do?
これがあんたの無条件降伏だと言っていたが。
You're with the RCA,
うん。
the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol, a so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
俺たちは連合ご指名なんかじゃない。人々を助けようとしているだけだ。その通り俺たちは正義の味方だ。俺たちは法の執行者だ。獣どもが殺し合いを始めないように監視している。俺たちがあんたの目にどう映ってるかは分かってる。だが俺には RCM をマゾフ派解明部隊にするという秘密計画があるんだ。あの人の服着ときゃよかったかな。確かに俺たちは RCM の人間だ。今はそうとだけ言っておこう。行こ
Let's.
う。うん。
You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, the Parti Communiste dans le monde. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
そのことは今さら責めないけど、
A spray of blood from his
彼を
mouth
殺したのがね、君だったらな。
Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
あんたたちはレバショール降伏文書に署名しなかった。
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all
ル
this
ネ
time?
ね。
Because the party didn't surrender?
ルネの服を着ときゃよかったかな。
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
わかった。
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
つまりあんたは共産軍所属の共産主義の兵士なの。
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological
あ、
officer.
そうな
I
のか。
belong to the party, not the army.
だが訓練を受けて防衛部隊に配属されたと言ってただろう。
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
刑事将校って何するんだ？
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology.
つまり訓練された共産主義者ってことだよ
He
な。
nods slowly. Then another tremor.
自分共産主義っていうことになってるっぽいけどどうなんだ？ここら辺で何かつけてるっけ？違うでしょ？違うな。どこでそれがついているんだ？まあ、いっか。政治に私はあんま興味ないんだよな。正直に言うと何も言わないでおこう。もう一つ重要な質問がある。
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
平成は無理なんだよな。この銃を何に使っていた？
I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war.
まあ今も戦っている気持
Class
ちなの
war
か。
is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended.
なるほど。
Okay. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
だが
this is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin pot. The solution.
事件の解決だな。
Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No, no. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he
伝え
wants
た
to
がっ
tell
て
you.
いる。
Get personal.
心を開かせる。話したがってるのは分かってる。どれを言えばいいんだ？
Nothing comes to you.
え、
Silence. His black eyes look at you.
伝えたがっている。言ってるけどいいのかなこれで。あんたは本当が話したがってるのは分かっている。この銃で最近人を殺したかと聞いているんだ。
I don't want to
ああ、
tell
そうよ
you
ね。
anything, you grotesque
こ
murderer.
んな相手から言われたら嫌よね、
And
こんなこ
why
と。
did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me.
俺
I'm
に
wrong
耳をか。
all the time.
そんなん卑下しないでし。フレネルの大佐を撃ち殺したのか？
The who now?
違う？
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
セラミックアーマーの男だよ。ワーリング・イン・ラグズの裏手で血をつられた遺体の話だ。あんたが彼を撃ったの。今のセリフをもう一回言わせる気。 クレネルの強く美しい男だ。クレネルっていう言葉を入れた方がいいのかな。生まれ高い民間軍事企業とか言ったらなんかあれだけど。公平公正かつ美しい会社の利益を守るべく醜い労働争議に送り込まれたんだ。そして殺された。もう分かってるはずだ。なんか打ちのめしちゃいそうだよね。その気なかったのに殺してしまったって。でも上にしと
Are
こう
you
か。
being clever?
ダメか
What is this socially abhorrent?
ダメか言い方。
Watch your mouth, Mr. Dross.
民間軍事企業の暗殺部隊の話だ。もうごめんね、私全然ここ理解できてないからさ。答えろ。ライフルで彼を撃ったのか。民間軍事企業の暗殺部隊の話だ。そうなの。民間軍事企業の暗殺部隊の話だ
Oh,
な。
yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
あ、失敗したかも。
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof.
寝
Pile it
転
all
を
on
並
him.
べ立てる。
Get a confession.
はーい。
The gun. The murder weapon is the
うん、
perfect.
凶器の話が最適。
The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
こっちにはこれがある。トライアンゴン 4.46 を見せる。
Not a lot of guns around that use military grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that, jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you.
わあ、あの戦い見られてた。私の火炎瓶。私の友を見ていたか。友の素晴らしい姿
So
を。
he saw you. Okay. So what?
話題をそらそうとするな。こっちには狂気があるんだ。
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
つまりだ。これが狂気で間違いないな。
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
決まりだな。
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Like a marionette on some invisible string.
弾道解析は済んでいる。弾はこの島から発砲されてい
I
た。
saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
常に真面目に仕事
You
してる
had
ぞ。
direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You have been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fasces, for fascists, done his part.
もう自白したも同然。これ以上言わなくていいのか。彼を殺したことを認めるんだな。
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
いた引き下がろうになるの？いた引き下が、十分じゃない？もう認めたでしょ。引き下がろうにしよう。
You're lost, what? You're lost.
あ、逮捕するっていけるか。そう、これやってみたいな。で、一回白だし。黒だし。あ、これか。ホープが相手であそこにあったのか。衛星がちょっときついんだよな。ポイント使うか。こっから激しい打ち合いにはならなさそうだよね。結構あるな、平成。よし。
This hat is so
柔らかいね。
so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
ウシャンカだろ？
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
はい。
Minions of capital.
冬の革命。あ、ドレスコード来るぞ、これ。ドレスコード来るぞ、これ。よ。
Minions of
ダメ
capital.
でした。よし。低いん
Minions
だ
of
ー。
capital.
でもなんかちょっ
What
と
do you want?
観察してみたいよね。ホワイトスキルチェックだから何回かやろっか。うん。失敗したらあげて、失敗した
For a
らあげて。
60-year-old man with stomach trouble,
うん。
who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's
本
it.
当？
You can
なんかあるんだろうな。こんなん調べられるってことは。
Minions of capital.
What
Oh,
strikes you
está.
about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. It's precisely what you could not see before. For a man who spent 44 years in the urban wild.
44年もの間、都会の荒野で身を隠してきたにしては驚くほど元気。
Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas.
目もすごい見えてるし。
He seems animated.
何が彼に活力を与えてるんだ？
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief, despair.
認知症か？
You've seen demented people before. This
Oh.
feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
怒りっぽいのはそういう人生を送ってきたからなんじゃないのか？
Perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way.
何かに支配
In
される。
summary, you sense some underlying
障害が隠
neurological
されている。
disorder.
体調はいい方か？記憶力はどうだ？
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
ヨセフ・リリアノビッチ・ドロス、エリスコーテネール。あ、これ。
Pretty.
A drop of blood in the saliva.
思い出せ。一応、自分殴ってみようか
Here。it comes.
スザン、
The
あー、それだ。
goddamn Maybells.
あったあ
The
ったあった
dried。Maybells on Clausia's roof.
それだ。
There were
つまり
Maybells
屋
in the
上にも行っ
grass when
た。
you got here, and Maybells on Clausia's balcony,
うん。
and nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them. Wait, don't forget the
また叩い
footprints.
とるよ。
The diagonal
足
prints
跡
of
の
the
こ
dust
と
in
も。
the secret space behind
あ
Clausia's bedroom. Now they're gonna
ブ
come.
ラーシェ。この人のことも、なんかっていうか、直接的にじゃないけど、魅了していたのか。ありがとう。頭、本当にありがとう。
You got it.
うん。
Remember, the boot prints were like
あ、
no
今
modern
時の
soul.
靴底のものじゃなく、あ、この人の履いてるような服のものだ。靴のようなものだっていう。あー、じゃあクラーシェをあの男の人に取られたから撃ったっていうのあるな。スズラン型、ここに生えてるのを見たぞ。
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
マリティネーズで咲いてるのを見たのはここだけだ。
They blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood.
そんなことがあるのかな。
Resurrection was snow
捨
white
て肥料になるのか
before they ruined it.
な。奴らに。
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
ブラーシという名の若い女、知らないか？彼女の部屋の外にこんな花があったんだ。
Classier.
出るんだろ？彼女は被害者の傭兵と親密な関係にあった。
With the victim.
There is a small tremble, looks like a smile, a crooked smile, yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
あんたのブーツはどこのブランドだ？
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Doras.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sansarique, and the size is 42 to 44. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room.
でも
They
同じ
do,
靴じゃ
however,
ないのか。
seem to be about the same size.
40何年になってたら
The size fits,
でも履き替え
but
るよ
not the
な。
sole.
72%。ちょっと待って。こういうのが困るのよ。装備変えられない時のやつ。演劇、スキルポイントいっぱいあるから使ってこう。はい。13。よ
Sire,
し。
he doesn't have to be wearing them
そうね。
right now.
靴なんて履き替えられる。あんたが現場を、被害者が死んだ部屋の付近をうろついていなかったという証拠にはならない。
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer, armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer, dripping with blood.
Hmm. 彼も兵士だ。同じ兵士だよな。一人の人間だったんだよ。
Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him,
撃
not
っ
kill
た。
him.
殺したではない。あ、そっか。殺人鬼、殺人鬼って言ってるから、同じではないと思いたいんだな。つまりあんたが彼を撃ったんだな。
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
もう怒りに拳を震わせ始める。兵の一人が減った。過去のこと
The
言ってるか
lieutenant
な。
raises his right
Yeah.
arm to hush
いや、
you.
あの人のことか。
Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore.
ああ、必要ない。
The ball is rolling. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
うなずこう。
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her. Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it anyway.
ああ、分かって
My
たのか。
last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
うわあ、それ見てたんだな。
Mr. Dross,
いや、
are
ファ
you
シストど
aware
もが
you're
復讐、
confessing to
私たち
murder?
のこと言ってるかな。殺人を自供していると分かってますか。
Yes.
Oh.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
わかる。いやー、この人は倉橋にやられていたのよ。彼らをなぜ見ていたんだ。
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
眼鏡を引くのか。
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
にも何か気に食わないもの、一体何が気に食わなかったか。
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
美味しすぎたということか。
Is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did.
彼女の本性を見抜いていた。あ、本性を見抜いてたのか、この人の方が。いつから彼女を見てたんだ？
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
離岸で。
Hiding something
What?
in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
何を隠したんだと思う？
Her passport and tickets to Riviere. And from there to Cachet Brut.
彼女が海岸に隠した容器だが、中身は調べたか？
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this.
ね
Did you take the documents?
え。
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean,
この後も彼女を監視し続けていたのか？
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you.
お膳立てをしています。どうやって見たんだ？彼女のあざや殴られた形跡を。
I'm not blind, am I?
靴を履き替えたのかもしれない覗き穴を見つけた。いや、もうあげようがないよね。どうやって彼女の体を細部まで見ることができたんだ？ 92% 来い。
It
よ
quickly
し。
comes to you.
彼女の体のあざだが壁に開いた穴から見たんじゃないのか？
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating
Did you make that hole?
with a clip point knife.
開けたのか。
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
空上の窓から見たことはあるか？
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
バーリングインラグズの裏にある隠し通路を使ってたんだな。あそこにあったのはあんたの足跡だ。今は靴を履き替えているだけだ。
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
あの道も知っていた。
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down.
裏が取れたぞ。
We're doing this,
順調。
detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
そうね。
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen?
ほんとよ。
How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know,
ああ、そっか。
15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
彼女に思いを寄せていたのかな。
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this.
The coals of his eyes glistened suddenly, like stones dripping with water.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
他の誰かに思いを寄せたことはあるのか？
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
だから窓辺にドライフラワーを置いたのか。あえて置いたのか。
No.
あれ
I don't really know.
あ
I
ー
was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
いつの話だ？
The day after I killed him.
わあ。それで彼女にスズランを持っていったのか？
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
なんか思いを伝えるっていうよりは、なんだろうな。申し訳なさを感じてたんじゃない？この人も。
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers.
慰めたかったんじゃないかな。衝動的な行動、これに合わせるとこれだな。何かがあんたにそうさせたんだろう。慰めたかった。そんな簡単な話じゃないのかな。
What do you mean, put?
A brief flash of terror.
話を聞いてそう感じたんだが、違うのか？
Maybe. I told you. I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
いや、隠そうとしてるのかと思ってるけど、
If you
自分でも
came
よく分かっ
10
てない
years
んだ
ago,
な。
I would have killed you.
あ、本当？
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you. One more down.
つまり結論を言うと、動機は被害者ではなく彼女だったんだな。
Her.
彼だと思いたがっているが。
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
はい。
Where is she? That Clasier.
いやー、
I
いな
haven't
くなっ
seen
ちゃ
her
ったん
there
だ
for
よ。
days.
ああ、そうね。逃げたが、ここに来るよう仕向けられた。要塞から誰かが監視してることに彼女は気づいていたんだ。
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me.
確かに
It doesn't matter.
向いてたな。
Across the water, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, made of grey cinder block houses with Eternite roofs, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? His voice trails off as the 3 walk down the jetty.
合ってるな。
As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry. She
お、
thinks
応援してくれて
you
る。
need something good for this.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
まだ聞き出せそう。他にも何か気に食わないものを見ていたんじゃないか？
Tragic comedy.
ああ、いろいろね。
Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back.
もっと具体的に。
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
なぜそう思う？
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries.
ばかりじゃないけど
Full
ね。
of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
クレア氏のことか？クレアって誰だ？クレアって弁護士さん？
Yes, the fly larva
コン
in
テ
his
ナにいる
container.
愛の予知だっ
He
た。コ
let
ンテ
some
ナだった。
nihilistic advertising
クレアか、
yuppie
クレア。
erect a
ビブラー
statue
ト
of
クレアか。
Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
あ、あの人が建てたんだっけ？そう。最後まで口を挟まない
Not
ぞ。
since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. Intense, like animals, like those boom boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
なるほど。うなずいておこ
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform.
う。してなくてよ
throwing
かっ
balls
た。
all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too.
気に入らないっていうか、こ
Every
うやって
morning
普通に
he's
過
there,
ごしてるのが
while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon or
羨ましかったんじゃ
Koyamoran
ないかな。
or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
何も
That's
言わ
all
ない
the
とこう。
rich really want.
全部吐き出さ
Sex
せよう
with。their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
なずこう。
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. Ask about that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here.
はい。カラフルな制服をでパレードしてる老いぼれってのはルネのことか。
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A patank maniac race traitor.
うなずこう。
I remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one.
どっちがどっちかわかんない。革命軍、あ、そっか、革命軍の逆か。あれ
That one.
一人逃がしていた。
There doesn't seem to be a single
あ、
person
う
under
ん
the
あー、
plant
今日はいないか。
not even Gaston, alone.
うなずいておこ
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me.
う。彼を殺したいのか。
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day, the blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, nah, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Rene. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel.
思ったより狂っていた。最初のイメージ、印象だと
Better.
しっかりしてる人だ
I
なって
even
思っ
hid
たんだけど。
one bullet, so I'd always have one. For him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
数日前に老衰で死んだよ。がっかりするかな。
No.
あ、そんな。本当のことだな。
I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead?
どうなんだろう、これは。
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
愛着感じてたのかな、なんだかんだ。それとも本当に殺したかったのかな、自分が。
They're all dead now.
ああ、
Fuck it.
やっぱ気にかけてたんだろうな。気の毒だったな。
Fuck you.
話を続けられるか。ツンデレだからな。デレてはないか。かけてたんじゃないって思うけど、言うのもなって思うから話し続
You
けられ
think
そう
I
か。
haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had to love, to colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black
あら、
days.
ごめんね。言わなきゃよ
Something
かった。
strange is keeping him
そうな
together.
ものが彼の
We
正
can
気を保つ。
endure.
ああ。そういうことを考えることによって正気を保ってきてたのかな。憎まれ口から吐いてるけど、やっぱ雲男、カニ男と一緒だな。ディスコの
I
泡ずれ
don't even care about those whores anymore.
あ、どうでもいいか。
Get it over with. Take me in.
組合は社会民主主義で、クレイ者は社会民主主義の同型。
I don't want to talk about goddamn social
そっか。
democrats. Traitors is all they are. Brain dead.
Rene still presses on his
あー、ルネ。ルネ好きだったんだな、やっぱり。話せてよかったよ。
Glad we talked about what?
イオセフ・リリアノビッチ、ドロス、エリス・コーテネール殺害容疑で逮捕する。
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
連れてかれる場所は
This terror
Ah,
is the
病院。
sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face
大丈夫
court
か
in
な。
44 days. Do you understand?
まで生きてられるこの人。
Do you understand?
But
彼は恐れてるんだ。っ
no.
て言われ
I
る
don't
と、
want
あら
to.
そんなこと
I
なかっ
have
た
to。stay here.
うん。
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
何人も乗れるか。あ、視覚聴覚はいけると思ったが。レオ。あと1でレベル上がるし。もう一丁。1なら入るはず。
There it is again. To your north, as it has
あ
been
あ、そう
since
そう
you
そう
came
そうそ
to
う。
the coast.
チチ
The
チチって言って
reeds
た。
whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
なんか人いた？
something completely different.
あ、そうそうそう。
It sounds like a bow,
違う。
very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small
ここに
violin,
来ると思わな
made
かったの。
of
普
reeds and rushes.
通にこの会話の後で調べるのかなとか、なんか調べるフラグ折れてたのかなって思ったんだけど。
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
静かに、君聞こえるか？
What?
What are you talking about? Is this real?
A delicate
あ、
tangle of
ちょっ
arms
と待って。
and
あ、
legs
イン
unfolds
スリンで
through
七
the
節っ
reeds,
ていう文字だけ見え
limb
た。
by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly
七
silence.
節だ。あそこまで追い求めていたインスリンで七節だ。おっきい。絡み合った華奢な種子が藪の中から一本また一本と広げられ、そしてただそこに立ち尽くす。それは不気味な静寂の中、鎌のような腕を動かしている。インスリンで七節だ。瞬きしちゃダメだよ。あ、でも叫んでもちょっと瞬きをする。
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of
あ、
reed-like
寄ってきてるよ。
hovering in place.
何のために来たの？インスリンで七節。でもおばあちゃんの元も悲しんでる時に出てきたんだっけ？インスリンで七節。なんだありゃ。
What are you talking about?
巨大な七節だよ。
There's nothing there.
え、見えてない？
The stick insect is over 3 meters
七
tall.
不思だ。
It looks straight at you
やった
with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
はじめまして、インスリンで七不思さん。私にしか見えてない？ひょっと
You
して。
feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
いるだろうが、俺には見える。あ、近づいてきてる。
Tell me what you see, damn it. I
Kim.
can't make out one small thing in the
キ
reeds.
ム、あれが見えるか？
I can see it.
見えるんだ、キムは。
4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see,
よかった。
then you're not insane.
インスリンで七不思見つけた。おりゃあ、あんな罠じゃ捕まえられんぞ。
It's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
はい。そっとね。ああ、走らないよ。近づこう。
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints.
シントロ。
As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
耳をそ。
You smell
気がする。リンで七不思だ。
It is.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open extremely
逃げられそ
carefully.
う。
It's the camera.
本当に逃げられないか。
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
ちょっと待って。
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
ちょっと待って。
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
そう。目にはフェロモンがある。
I don't think the pheromone will
ちょ
do
っと待って。
anything.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air.
92%。
Slowly.
レベル上がったね。これ私逃したくないよ。92%。上げちゃう。97%、3%を引くな。よし。
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows.
あの人置いてけぼりだ。
Like laughter, a sort of happiness.
愛声か。
Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like
Konnichiwa.
antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets
あ、
of
近づいて
water.
きてる。ゆっくりと。
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
もう片方の手も上げていいのかな。 回手を下ろそう。あげよっか。どうしよう。
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
これはハリー、自分が誰なのかよくわからないんだ。
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
もっとよく見てる。
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
泡を吹いて。
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
はいか。七節のこと諦めなかったよ。はい、内陸帝国 97% は行くか。教えてくれ。お前は何をしているんだ。ああ。これも存在している。
Tell me what it's like for you.
手にとってブンダーバールはわからんが、炎が燃えてる感覚だ。
Fire? Where?
これの中だ。
I do not have fire
あ、そっ
inside
か。
in me. There is not even blood, but lymph, like sap from a one palm.
リンパ液。
Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
介入されてるって何にだ？
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding.
理解できない
I
何
am
か。
at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
動物愛はどうかな。平和が俺でよかったよ。君も君でよかったんじゃない？
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you. With all of creation reflected in your foreplay. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation.
永遠の断罪。
Even when you're sleeping,
そうね。
and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
最初はひどく混乱したが、今はなんとか持ちこたえてるよ。
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching.
ありが
When
と
you're
う。
tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. But from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
おっと。
In honor of your shit, Lieutenant Defrater, which you kept together in the face of total unrelenting
あ、
terror,
ありがとう。
day after day, second by second. Detective, arriving
はい。
on the scene.
警部補の現場到着だ。全部聞いていこっか。これは捜査
So
官
am
だ。
I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
を探すためにロースの報酬と信号物質を探すため、殺人者を探すためかな。お前はまあ私もすごく探してるけど、殺人者を探すためかな。
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
あれ、そうなの？お前は彼を壊そうとしてるのか？
Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It
Ah,
is meant to
そう
keep
な
them
の。
from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for
あ、そ
too
うなの
long,
か。
and I'm destroying him.
だから見えてないように感じてるんだな。じゃあこの人、ここから離れたら体調回復するのかもしれないね。これは夢か？一体何が起きてるんだ？
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
ただ、これは全ては世界はどこから来てるんだ？
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
なら俺たちには拳を上げ続けるしかないのか？毎日毎日答えのないまま。
You can also eat it. If he's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
いきなり可愛くなった。
Wait, so
つまりその見た目で食べるのか。
Yes, they don't mind.
草食だった。やっぱりイナゴじゃなかったんだな。仲間みたいな七食ったことないのか？ないの
Yes.
か？
I once cloned myself and ate the little
あ、そっ
ones.
かそっか。
It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
自分のクローン作れるんだったね。うん。事故だったか。一体何なんだ？
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the insulated insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
どうしよう。
No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoles Islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
長生きね。うん。今、発見されてしまいましたね。そんなの狂ってる。
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile senior nerve system ominously new to the planet. The pale too came with
あ、
you.
そうなの。
No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
ベールは人間が作ったものなのか？
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
低質な影。目にそんな力はない。
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
どうやって？
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
お前が吐き出してるのは空気ではなく思考だ。思考を食べる気などない。ああ、思考がどんどん膨らんでいっちゃうんだな。食べられず。ひどいって？
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink.
え、
What if
瞬きしないでくれ。
misplace us all one day, or just forget?
え、瞬きをしたい。物質が拡大してきた120億年間をなかったことにしてしまいたいんだ。世界のすべてを忘れたことならあるぞ。飲みすぎた時にな。瞬きをしないように気をつけるよ、七不思。心配するな。瞬きしないなんて無理だよ。居場所を全部取り違えたらどうなる？存在しないことになるのかな？いい人間だな。そんな風に思っていたのか？
No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation.
啓示。瞬きをしたい。物質が拡大してきた120億年間をなかったことにしてしまいたいんだ。それは思ってないけどね。世界のすべて、瞬きしないように気をつけるよ。世界のすべてを忘れたことならあるぞ。
So it is already happening.
あ、ごめん。
Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
俺は強烈な心臓発作でも起こしてるのか？
It doesn't look like that, no.
どう見える？
You're just staring at it.
なら俺は幻を見てるんだな。人類の最後にまつわる幻を。
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case? 完全事件を超越した。まあ、この人が体調悪くなってるのは、この子関係してるよな。まあな。I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species. もう仕事は残っていない。これで全てだ。はい。
There is one more.
今までに出会ったどの生き物よりお前は優しい。美しい。
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
フラーシェのこと？女？
You cannot lie to me. Behind you is now so fires. So over
違う。
far you were prepared to go in her presence.
奥さんだ。
And it.
やってみるよ。
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take 3 meters digging set to tell you that.
あ、写真撮っていいかな。
Okay.
撮っちゃいけないものない気もするけどね。
While it's being aimed by the camera, it remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot.
撃たないで。
3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
うん。
The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
前足を慎重にだぜよ。
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. Warning!
気をつけろ。手を離
A
そう。
sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening, wave by wave from its stupor.
家に
The
触れ
antennae
る。
hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the kiting curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold.
なんか毒かもって言ってたんだった。
It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
自分の指を見よう。
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you
え、
stays
舐めていいの？
frozen.
舐めたら死ぬんじゃない？舐める。
It tastes like sugar, very
うー
faint.
ん。
The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike. Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
取れたな。
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
ゆっくりと離
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
まさかここで七不思に会えるとは。ごめんね、驚かせてね。
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it,
Oh.
in the place it stood, bobbing there,
何か
among the
集めてい
reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
うん。中にあるのは
Looks like a
何？
nest of some sort. We should have a look.
うん。水の上を歩け
Apparently,
るのか。
yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
ね。
What
どうする？ごめんね。
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking
具合が
so
悪
well.
そう。
We need to check on him.
でもこれからちょっと回復するんじゃないかな、この人は。ああ、あったよ、ヘルメット。ライフル用スコープがある。なるほど。さっきなかったやつか。七不思が持ってた。うんうん。やった。あれ？あ、全種類。よしよしよし。いやー、全種類。 あの人に全種類集めるぞって言ってたら実績が取れたっぽいんですよね。言っときゃよかった。1個で十分って言っちゃった。
What do you want from me? I can't go.
なぜ七節が見えなかったんだ？
Mr. Doras?
あ、
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, with fear and longing.
恐怖と絶望。手を振る。
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help.
あ、
It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
どうしちまったんだ？
Old age and shock.
ああ、七節が原因なんじゃないか？
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke.
あいつは彼を破壊していると言ってた。
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
とにかく七節は身を隠そうとしているだけだ。彼の精神の対抗は不作用に過ぎない。
A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching unknown species in the future, detective.
彼には七節が見えなかったん
That
だ。
could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dras,
No response.
寝て七節は何年も隠れていられたんじゃないか？
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
七節がそこにいることを忘れてしまうんだ。
Mr. Dras, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
前に彼の状態を観察したとき、奇妙なほどに生き生きしてるように見え
He
たん
was
だ。
energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
もしかしたら彼の活力は七節の何かが影響してるんじゃないか？
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
ねえ、あんなに呆れてたのにね、キム。彼とあの七節の関係には何かホルモンが関わっているのかもしれない。
You mean pheromonal?
彼は年齢の割にちょっとおかしいだろ？精力的な意味で。ああ、確
The scope?
かに。
Knowing of her bruises? His disposition toward Miss Orania? I see what you mean.
彼は長いことここにいるんだ。あんなのと一緒にいてどんな影響を受けているか分かったもんじゃないだ
He
ろう。
did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take
Arararara.
notes. I hope I remember all of this.
珍しいね
This。will be one hell of a report.
うん。
Thank God we have the photo.
ね
No one would believe you without it.
え。うん。七節の巣の中で見つけたものがあ
He
るよ。
stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
かぶったヘルメットを軽く叩く。
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is. The last embers have gone out. The war is over.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
取り外れされたスコープを見せる。
I lost.
うん。あんたがなくしたスコープなのか？
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there, with the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mythos. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh.
どうなんだ
You've
ろう。
gotten all you will
Ah,
out
la,
of
la,
this
la, la,
poor
la.
being.
しばらく休憩
The
するとい
plastic
い。
cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His
Ah,
pupils are
水
returning
槽に戻り
to
つつあ
normal.
る
We should think about getting back to the mainland
うん。
to get help. He'll be safe here, if we don't take too long.
そっか。いや、一回寝ようかとも思ったけ
The
ど、
old man stares.
そう言われると、甘い香りが漂う。七不思のことこっからか。アウトセーブ入ったから一回寝てもいいかな。怒られるかな。寝ろっていうタスクがあるんだけど。いい？
The greasy old
The offer still stands.
本当？
Take it. You don't look so good.
あ、よかった。
You
寝
face the
る。
concrete wall. There's less light there in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
犬のように丸くなろう。
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour, maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
ツリー。あら、キムどこ行った？キム？出るべきじゃなかったか、今。これは夢だ。ここに出て海辺へ行け。え？あれ？どうしよう。キム？あっちか？いや、この音楽鳴ってるってことは彼女のことを思い出してるんじゃない？水の中に入れ。これバッドエンドならない？大丈夫？彼女の足跡が残っている。夢だな。あ、
Dolores Day, the innocence of
あ、ドロ
humanism,
レスデイだ。
internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
え？女神的な人だよね、ドロレスデイ。イノセンス。え、あなたが奥さんだったの？よう。
Hey,
随分あっさりしてるな。調子はどうだ？
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and
あ、で
romantically.
も夢だもんな。
I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
新種の生き物を発見したよ
Wow,。see? A new species. I told you, good things can still happen.
どうなるのかな？
Exactly. Now,
This is everything I always warned you about.
どこに
I'm
行くん
going
だ？
to Morova to live there in Grad. It's 1 million
Grad.
kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
パンに何が入ってるんだ？
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
武士の王冠、今かぶってるやつは違うのか？
Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana, and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder.
Anyway,
この間ここにいてくれないか？話がしたい。最後にもう一度だけお互いに全てをさらけ出してぶつかり合おう。
no, Harry. No.
ん
I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the
Kokana.
aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters.
生まれてこなかった娘
It's
た
all
ち。
gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever.
Oh God, whatever you do,
Ah.
don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
キスをしちゃダメ。いいことだと思えない。
It's not. But
なんだ？何かいいことがあると言ってくれ。
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
これだけか？
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it. Just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
あ、救いの手を差し伸べる？あ、じゃあかもな。父さんもいよいよ終わりが近づいてる気がする。
It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad.
ああ、悲しませてるのか。人はそう思ってしまったことがあるのか。悲しませてしまって面目ないって言っとこっか。ドロレスデイ聖火なの？あなた本当に。
It's okay.
あ、そうなの？これなしじゃ生きられない。一度はそう思ってたことがあるのか？
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
肺がちゃんとあるね。肺の形がなんたかって言ったもんな。20年だって、こうもない時間じゃないか。
Yes. It only took me 1 year.
あ、
maybe
そうな
2.
の？本当？
Phew.
なんとかやり直せるかもしれないぞ。
No, Harry.
あー、なぜだ？
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
前にやり直した時、どこで間違ったんだ？今度はもっとうまくやる。
I don't know. Please.
なぜ俺たちは一緒にいられない？他にもお前に聞きたいことがある。
I can't answer your other questions, Harry.
うん、
Not anymore. I have to go.
お前本当はドロレスデーじゃないんじゃないか？
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
うん。お前は俺の別れたなんとかだ。
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing?
うん。
You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you. Everyone warned you.
メインって誰だ？
Everyone.
あ、みんな。
Literally all of you.
こうして話してよかったおかげでいろんなことにケリをつけられた
I'm
気が
glad
する。
too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
What?
そんな見つめ
She
よう。
does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten frayed. The evening wind blows in. The gown wraps around her like a white flag.
Wasn't I I haven't even.
We all told you. Everyone.
戻っちゃった。
Literally all of you.
I'm glad too.
What? She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten frayed.
お
The
前は
evening
モーニン
wind
グだ
The。morning. I don't understand.
哀悼の方か。俺は悲しみに暮れている。とはいえ、あんたは死んですらいないようだが
Oh。my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the mourning. Mourning someone who's still alive. Any of that. I can't do that anymore.
なあ。
I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32.
結局ドロレスデーになるの
People
か。
my age are not supposed to mourn. Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much
あで
better
もなくな
for
ってるかもしれない。
me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh god, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
わあ、点数上げられない。スキル触れない。お前のためにこの首なしファンの春の乗り手の保存を買ったんだ。
I
買う
don't
つもり
want
ないけ
it.
ど、いらない。
It looks expensive. I don't want it.
保存好きじゃないのか。こういうものはお前を取り戻すのに使うのだとばかり思っ
That's
ていた
not
が、
what figurines do, Harry.
これじゃあこんなもの持ってても仕方ないじゃ
She
ない
looks
か。
at the headless found rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all. But I thought the historic figure she had.
彼女は戦争ごっこや小僧が好きだったのか？
Yes, I thought it would be good.
ダイスはどうだ？カスタムダイスがいくつかあるんだ。
Harry, I don't want things.
うーん。
I want to go to the aerodrome.
物をやめるな
I didn't ask
あげるのは
for things.
やめる。
It's too late to give me anything.
タスククリア。
I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then.
お前は俺の心が大きな人間。俺が心の大きな人間だと言った。俺のいるところがお前の帰る場所だと。
We both said a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it.
正確には言ったんじゃない。お前がその手で手紙に書いたんだ。俺はそれをいつも書類の間に挟んでいた。
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. No summaries.
はい。朗読していこう。
Please, Harry, I just don't have time for this.
毎朝眠っているあなたを残して家を出ると私は一抹の寂しさを覚えます。そんな気持ちを胸に私はボイジャー通りを歩いていく。歩みを進めるたびに悲しみが募っていく。そしてガソリンスタンドに着く頃にはすっかり悲しみでいっぱいになってしまうのです。路面電車に乗って後ろを見ると、ここには何かの文字とパンタグラフがある。あなたの元へ帰るまではずっとこのままなのでしょう。あなたの元へ歩みを進めるたびに体が軽くなります。散り出してしまいそうなくらいに、 時には本当に走ることもあります。あなたに出会えたことは奇跡であり、あなたと共に感じる幸せもまた奇跡で、全てを包み込んでくれる心の大きなあなた。私が帰る場所はいつだって、いつだって必ずあなたのところなのです。
Okay, stop.
うん。
Yes. Are you happy now?
まだ続きがある。たくさんのキスをあなたに。
Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left, on Voyager Road. It was autumn. The first autumn. But Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No. It was 100,000,000 years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
これ
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
これはあなたを食らい尽くす。これってプールだったの。でもお前に戻ることはできないのか。お前の中に彼女が見える。このガウンやリースの下にな、ドロレスデイになったってこと？彼女が見えるよ。
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And the cheap rental flats you could afford.
何があったんだ？
Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can
あ
only
ー
think that way about new people.
You're a better man now, more level-headed.
うん、今はまともになったよ、結構。今度はいいところを借りられるぞ。お前のことも養える。あの頃の俺は若く無力だったんだ。
No, it's too late. I found someone for whom I feel the same love I did for you. Only this time, he is more careful. He will not lose me. It will go somewhere. It will grow.
もう
Your
いた
heart
方がい
burns.
い気がするけど。
Through the blackness, you feel the trickle of blood on the mattress below you.
Harry,
あ、でも
do you notice how none of this is very funny?
うんって言ってると。何一つ笑えない。どういう
She smiles mysteriously, looking east, then turns her gaze back to you.
こ
The
れは
smile
プ
is
ール
gone.
だった？
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your bootcut pants. Smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first. My first kiss. My first time to have sex.
まあ本当に仕事のできる人だったもんね、も
The
とも。
first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore.
その半
Yes,
径。
let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face. The octopuses. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret.
次は何なんだ？この後どうなる？
Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go to the aerodrome.
Don't let her. Don't let her go there. You should redo the topics. Go over everything.
なし尽
The
くす。
things you didn't say before, too. Make it go on and on.
会話を続行する。
I don't know what you mean.
あー
Dolores Day? Yes, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red stripes.
It's not. But I can't answer your other It's not. I don't know why I said that's it, yes.
Where? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never
追
helped.
い詰めてどうする？
See? But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared
それは言えない。
and her back straight. But it's clear.
No, Harry. We already tried again, and it didn't work. I don't know. Please.
なぜ俺たちは一緒にいられない？
We can't be together because you're insane.
She avoids turning them to you.
読んでるってどんな風に？
They're turning moist now.
ああ、
Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
精神を病んでるとはどういう意
You
味で
know
言った
what
の
I
だ？
mean.
ネクタイネクタイは誰だって少しくらい気がめいることはあるだろう。
A little down. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore.
私そんな
It's
感じにな
always
ってたの？
lists with you. Questions.
自
Questions?
殺の操作み
Did
たいな。
someone say questions?
あ、リストって私のこの選択肢か。そうなんかない。
This is another list, isn't it?
うわー、これは本当に確かにね、そうだな。これはもう、そういう病気になってるのか。違
It's
うよ。
not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long,
うわ
until you start giving your thoughts names and talking to things.
ものと話してる
In
な。
conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
いや私は彼女のことは諦めて進んだ方がいいと思うな。お前がまだ俺を愛してることは分かってるんだぞっていうのもなんかな。けど行かないでくれって言ったら終わる気がするな。ないでくれ。
I have to, Harry.
ああ、
Really, I've
行く
already
よね、
missed
やっぱ
the
ね。
8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything.
コーヒーで
You
も
should
飲
go
まない
on
か？
without me.
私を話すまいでとお前に懇願したのだ。うん。
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
ダメだ。
Yes,
そのうちまた会える
I
か。
won't see you, but you will see me.
そんなことがどうやって可能なん
Oh,
だ？
Harry,
うん。
this
そう
is a
ね。
dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
だったらどうやってまたお前に会えばいいんだ？
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps
そうなの。
happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental.
うん。
I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young,
うん。
and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness, after leaving you the first time, so long ago.
そんなのあまりにも耐え難い地獄だ。
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
なあ、行かせてしまった。忘れよう、ハリー。忘れようよ。キムという相棒がいるぞ。おはよう。はあ、体が重いな。
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
滅的だったよ。いや、でも、心配して、いや。街に戻ろう。それがタスクリストの次のステップだ。
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
そっか。心配かけたな。大丈夫かな、あの人はね。ストーリーには何も影響していなさそうだ。よしこー。大丈夫かな、本
The
当に
skiff
逃げ
is
られ
swaying
ない？
on the waves by the dock.
もう行ったり来たりそんなできないって言ってたよ。
Let's. We are done here.
要は済んだ。行ったり来たりできる？
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in.
他の人にお
The
願い
ride
するのかな？
back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the
Yaho.
tide brought him.
あ、見覚えある。見覚えある。このひげと鼻。うん。
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it.
あ、意識してるもん。着てないか、今。
Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
なーに、そんな言わんでよ。
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
夫人が。うん。あんたたちは誰だ？
Hello, Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met
Oh.
on several occasions.
親子の人だ。
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Kumar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
あ、お前の機動隊なんだ。
Special Consultant Trond Heidelstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
すまないね。
Hi.
こんにちは。
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
やつらぶちのめせ。ありがとう、警部補。
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
これ聞きたくない。一体何なんだ？
Ari, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in?
え、助けた？
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
やっぱり様子を見る役だったのかな。
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
本当よ、その間ずっとどこにいたんだ。傭兵たちの報復があったんだぞ。
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You
Ah,
said
so
we're
no.
tramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
そんなこと言ったのか。俺はもうそんなんじゃない。面目ないって言っとこう。面目ないって。そんなこと言ったんだな。なってない。
You're sorry.
うん。
You're the sorriest cop who ever
そう
lived.
です。
Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repentance shit a million times over.
ダメだった。面目ないじゃダメだった。なぜ俺がここにいるって分かった？
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
ああ。そうだね。分かった。いいさ。ガルテが言ったんだな。
And people on this street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local
そうだよ。
drunk.
フラントヘール、フランスヘール、談話された。機動隊って言
Yeah,
ったか？
Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
お？お？あ、そうなの？記憶を確認させてくれ。他には誰がいた？
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron
ご
fucking
めん
Heidelstein.
ね。覚えてないんだ。
I'm technically just a civilian
うん、ア
advisor.
ドバイザーなのね、あなた。
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
業務ベビーって 誰？ヨーム・ウィニオンみたいな人しか知らないぞ。何をしてるの？
Do. It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
俺のせいか。
Or what remains of it. Handpicked. Hand lost.
なんてこったい。41文章は？何全然サングラスの男じゃない。ブロンドですらない。
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
だけど、分かったよ。
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was. あんたがそんなに辛辣じゃなかったらあんたが誰か思い出してたかもな。
I'm clinically depressed, Harry. Sorry if I wasn't in the mood to batter you up after you told us to fuck off.
実際のところ何かがおかしいと思ってたん
Did
だ。
you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry?
ずっと相棒だったの
Don't answer
か。
that. You don't remember.
ごめんね。今
Judging
相
by
棒は
the
キムな
familiarity
ん
you
だ。
feel toward him, 2 years minimum, or maybe a short but
親近
close
感感じ
stint
てるん
on the
だ。
task force.
また騙された。自分が何者なのか誰もほとんど本当のこと言わないんだ。
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk
もう
and you
飲ん
won't
で
be
な
duped
い
so
よ。
easily.
せめてあんただけで名乗った通りの人間であってくれよ。あ、これ警部補に言ってるんだ。キムはキムだと関係あるんだろうな。そうね。
No. Everyone's just a brilliant master of disguises.
馬面の女じゃないって全然言わなかったじゃないか。いや、もうこれはもう何度聞いても思い出せないぞ、これは。
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage.
そうね。
Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, hell, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
防衛本能かエイルかだと思うな、私は。防衛本能かな。
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I know I am. But you know what? I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're lying, or insane, or both.
あ、そうなの。
But Detective Vigmere, he has blanked out before.
これが
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
映画を調べていたと。
The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the next world mural, those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
ねえ、わかんないぞ。陰性症の反応である場合。これが重大な異常ではない。ああ。ちゃんとしたアプローチすべき何か説明の必要なものだったら、この辺りの感覚入力を見てくれ。
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input.
行ったりと寄り添った。
Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
抜けよ、こんなとこ。
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership now.
いつでもリーダーに戻る準備はできている。ああ、本当？
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
そこはもう大丈夫よ、きっと。今度はなんだ？
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
そうなのか？
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage?
あ、ごめん。
Why is it there, Harry?
わからんね。わからんね。テキーラ参戦。
I do. You drove it into the water. Everyone on the street saw you do it. It's going to be a local landmark too, on the brochure. Thank you for fucking us, Harry.
参考料を取ろうよ。
Thank you for destroying 45,000 a head of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right?
あ、そうなの。ごめんね。
And I'm gonna pay till I die.
あ、それは知らなかったよ。
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
あるよ。
In a rush to demonstrate your badge,
What?
your eager fingers
失敗した。
can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
キャッチだ。ポーンって飛んでかないこれ。キャッチだ。あ、成功した。ほら、大丈夫よ、私は。
Not today, badge.
見よ。あ、うん。俺の手の中には身分証があるよ。
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states,
はーい。
not achievements.
あー、はい。
Here we go again. Lost gun, lost
あ
gun,
るあるある。
trying to terrorize you.
ここにあるぞ。
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
うん。飲酒やめたんだよ。うん。
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh?
嘘。
He's wounded.
あ、そう、怪我
It's
し
been
て
a long
る。
week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
うん。取り扱ったからな。
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
あの島に通じる重要な手がかりを俺たちに与えてくれた。でも正しい選択だったとは言えないよな。
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also
Ruby
escaped.
ね。
Yeah, Ruby something. Or the fact that you very likely sold your gun for booze. That's peanuts. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned
久しぶり
down,
に気力
the
やられ
streets
た
are
な。
literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
いや、ほん
He did everything
ギリ
he
ギリよ、ほんと
could.
よ。
We did everything we could.
でき
The
る限
company
りのこと
hired
し
and
た。
vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois could between them and the locals.
うん。
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a
本当よ。
negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
そうだよ。
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
あ、よしよしよし。キムには強く言えないぞ、
He
この
thinks
人。
of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Yefreter Dubois.
仲良くやってる。
The drinking, the gun losing, also
Oh,
losing the
そうよ。
badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
ありませんでしたよ。
See?
Aye.
1 week.
中間。
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes
Ah,
to
so ne.
apologize profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's
うん、謝りがちだね。
It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist,
うん。
a man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior.
いやー、面白いな。今までのことが、こう、評価されていってるな。
Other
今ま
still,
での私の行
he
動
is
が。
also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class.
そう。
How he
それは
reconciles
私は理解
these
し
two
てなか
points
った
of
だけ
view,
だよ。
I do not know, but he is vocal on both
うん
of them.
でね、理解できてなかっただけ。
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective,
お、や
one
っ
of the
た
best I've
ー。
seen.
わあ、最高だって。
He can talk human
ありが
beings
とう。
into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless,
ああね。
madly driven.
うん。脱線はしまくっていたけど。
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
あったなー。失敗したなー。
Yeah, it was what
あ、
it
そう聞い
was.
てたよね。
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator,
うん。
locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation.
そう
He
です。
apprehended
だから早
this
く帰ら
traitor
ないと。
who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new
Mama.
species,
そんなこと言っちゃうキム。
New species?
そうよ。
a colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
見よ。
As you can see, It's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
救いたまえ。ほら見たことか。ということで分かったかな。別に大丈夫な刑事だ。何も言わない。
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
どん。そうだな。あれが放出するフェロモンが殺人犯の精神的衰弱を誘発したのかもしれない。
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
勝ったな。悲しさを忘れさせてくれるものを見た？
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
メスだった。あの殺人、彼の動機を聞いた。もう一つ見つけた。呪われた商業地の謎も調査した。ハーブを押収した。彼の強い動機を聞いたぞ。
Lilianovich, a revolutionary matronym.
動機の説明に入ら、じゃあ聞きたい。
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms.
この人はもともと教えたがりなんだな。
The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
なるほど。
This man's mother was Lilian.
あ、へ
This Lilian's
え。
son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory.
はい。
You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
まあ本当に過去すごく昔の人だっていうことは分かったね。ICM の兵士たちの呼び名になってるっていうのね。嫉妬心から戦争が起こることを七不思の情報物質に誘発された怒りに嫉妬心からって言っていいのかな。
Jealousy. I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70 something.
年なんて
A
関係ない
strong
ぞ。
psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant.
そう言ってはいるんだ
Also,
けど、
we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
そうです。
It's a clean win.
It's way more than that.
それ以上のものだ。そうだな。できる限りのことをした。どの瞬間も難しいものだったがな。
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
それは火炎瓶
God
だ
damn
よ。
it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there.
ね
Like in your bones or something.
服とかについてるんだよ。
In time.
どうしよう。だよ、もう一つ見つけたぞ。俺が発見した行方不明者だ。
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
そいつを見つけたらなんで知っ
The
てるん
body
だ？
was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person
でしょ
detective.
でしょ。
It's still a
す
point
ご
for
いで
you.
しょ。ワンポイ
No
ント。
denying it.
謎も調査した。全部 部言っていいのかな。頑張ったもんね。ナイトクラブをオープンさせたっていいのかな。いいのかあれって。でもハーブは使わせなかったぞ。
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
ここで未確認の、ペール動体的現象も発見した。世界に開いた2ミリの穴だ。
That's great. Anthroponaut is a great new career for you. After police officer. I
あ
don't care. Go
あ、
live
そうよ
in the
ね。
bay.
警察としてのプ
Four
ラス
kids
ワ
were
ンポイ
living
ント
in
じ
a
ゃないよ
tent
な。
on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted.
本当よ。
It's not up to
あり
know
が
that
と
the
う。
building was abandoned, so he put them in there.
うん。
It's okay.
うわあ、素晴らしいフォローだ。
It's not that okay. Get off this
は
subject
い。
now.
メスだったんだ。呪われた商業地区。ハーブ押収した
Who's
ぞ。
Kuno?
You don't want to know.
あ、
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't.
でどう
You
なんだ
snorted the drugs. I know you
こ
did.
の
It's
くらい
alright.
かな。
I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
取り戻し
I
たい
don't
か
want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
お、個人的には反対だけど
So I have to. Jude.
新種発見したことってそんなに刑事としてポイント高いのかな。それに殺人事件がおまけみたいになってるけど。よし。
Anything that ends the trial is okay with
日
me.
動物マニアか実はじゃん。この試験が終わるなら私は何だっていいな。あ、いつもありがとうね、ジ
You
ュディット
haven't
ちゃ
been
ん。
drinking, she thinks. So maybe this time.
うん。
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
よし。
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
行こう。
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
あ、する前にいくつか聞いておきたいことがあるんだ。俺が何者かってことにつ
The
い
man
て。
looks westward, impatiently,
今聞いちゃう？
jingling his car keys in his pocket.
あ、エンドだって。俺は何者なんだ。
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
なんだって？
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
だが前は。
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in
え
Coron.
ー
It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
全然体力ないけど、それで子供と仲良くなれたんだな。
Harry, it explains everything. The running around,
あ、
the
そういうこと
jumping,
か。
the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
集めたファルンのスポーツウェアのコレクション。
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is.
うん。そういう関係あるの？体育教師って。あ、俺はいつ体育教師だったんだ？
in your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then.
ウーロンって言ったよな。そこで体育教師をしていたのか？
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
うんうん。
The smell of sweat and glue, the worn floorboards.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so
うー
juvie.
ん。高校生たち、やってた頃のが残ってたんだな。
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
だね。にやけてる、キム。投げない理由。まあ、無視してられなかったのよ、きっとね。彼らのことを。それならなんで俺は RRCM に入ったんだ？
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
ああ、かっこつけようとしたんだな。
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
教師時代にクールだったんだろうな、じゃあ。
I knew it.
前
I knew no normal human being can run like
最
that.
初に言われたもんね、
He's
そ
an
れ。
honest to God gym teacher.
肉体装置は 弱々だけどもマラソンタイプだったんだね。持久力タイプなんだよ、筋肉。俺はなんでこんななんだ。
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
女？誰のことだ？
Dora something.
ドーラ。
Dora England.
うん。
Yeah, you mentioned the name.
Not
ド
Dora
ーラ。
Dubois.
でも俺たちは結婚すらしていなかったの。
No one is married anymore.
あ、し
This
ない
is
んだ。
Rebachol.
これはいつのことだ？
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
あ、ちゃんと会った時にはもうそんな
6
状態だっ
years
たん
and you
だ。
haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6年も？
Yeah, or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
彼女はどんな人だった？もうひどいもんって言っといて。
Incredibly bangable.
ああ、そんなそそられる感じだったの？なるほどな。
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go
ブ
down.
ラーシェじゃない。
It's time to go.
こんなに美しいって。
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink.
これ
Egg
に
and the chicken
どうしよ
kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to
う
that.
そうね。彼女のことは
In
ま
other
だ
words,
忘れられ
he's
てないん
heard
だな。
enough about this.
41文章、どんなとこなんだ？
Us? With the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
なんで？
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the
言ってた
44th.
な。
You have Captain Price.
プライス警部。
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the sea wing. It's not good.
トーソンとマクレーン。
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are
団結
shaky
心
as
で
it is.
登場してたかな、
They
実
are
は。
damn iconic though. Torson and McLean.
象徴的なデュオだと思うが。象徴的だな。
Not like us.
あ
Two
あ。
clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
シーウィングっていうのは？
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
うーん。
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
プライスっていうのは？
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office.
そんなすごい人の変な姿
They
見えな
speak
く
of
て。
change, the city,
あ
the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets
ちゃ
of
んと
May.
仕事してる。もしかして俺たち最近教会で射撃したのか？
So he remembers that.
そうなの。
Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good
あー、なん
press.
か、教会でなんかあったって言ってたな。
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
何があった？なぜそこに行かなければならなかったん
More
だ？
enemies were hiding in a church. to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
そうね、誰にだって話すからな、私は。教会だよ。
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast.
はーい。
Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
じゃあ、俺は血の滴る殺人所で働いてるのか？
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner.
みんな
A
頑張って
lot
る
of
んだ
good
な。
people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
七節、レナにすぐにでも知らせてやらなきゃならない。
Who is Lena?
未知動物学者だ。の奥さん。ジャムロックのタバーナクルロードに住んでる。彼女があの七節のことを教えてくれたんだ。
Tabernacle? It's on the way
あ、
over.
本当？
Near where you live on Perdition.
お伝えしたいな。
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the
そう
fascinator.
ね、おかげ
It's
さ
their
まで。
discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible.
ね
It would do you good to deliver
やったー。
some positive news for a change.
え、ラギ警部補、あんたはこれからどうするんだ？
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever
うんう
seen.
ん。
It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
真剣な話？
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
うん。
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
41文書で一緒にやりたくないか？
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
あ、これの話。違うよ、捜査をだ。ちょっと話をって、何の話だと思ったんだろう。一緒にやろう。潜入捜査をするじゃなくて、大変なことをしようという話か。捜査をだ。41文書で一緒にやろう。これからも
Work
相
with
棒。
Price? I'm
あ、
flattered,
嬉しそう。
but I don't know if I...
で、プライスじゃなくて私ですよ。
Would fit in. I'm crazy enough. Can't take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
確かに。確かに、この女性以外、なんか癖が強いよね、うちね。
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
二人でやろうよ。
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
キムさんやっぱすごいんだ。
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
余計やったら真剣に考え始めてる。一緒にやろうよ。いや、このみんなでやるのか。二人でやりたいな、仕事。はい。
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
うん。
You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids
四角い弾丸だ。
smiles. Spring has come.
あ
It's time.
次の事件が起きるわけだな。
Dawson? Yes.
ローソン？
McLean? Yes. I will stand. No.
あれ
Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course.
アイドルスタンマクレーンあ、この人は来ないって。こっちかな、こっちのアシスタントさんは、カウンセリングさんは来ないっていうことかなカウンセラーさんだよね、多分。あ、もうないや。誰が誰だかわかんなくてね。ビクマールはサングラスの男でしょ。うん。トーソンって誰だ？トーソン残ってる2人？
Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM.
なるほど。
Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow, of course.
なるほど。プライスさんの会話か。って言ってるのはプライスさん。誰をこの事件に当てますかっていう話かな、多分。わあ、ハリーは俺たちの仲間だって言ってくれてる。ミノーは誰？ミノーって誰？ミノー？
Wonderful.
あなたか。ミノーあなたか。はい。終わっちゃうのか。終了する。はい。そうか。レポートを、あれ出ていくの。やったー。やったー。キムも一緒行く？あれハリーは2人で話したいんだな、きっと。ありがとう。なんだい、怪我してるのに優しくしてくれるじゃないか。ここキムじゃないんだな。なんだい、迎え入れてくれた。嬉しいな。今になってやっと団結心が芽生えたよ、私の中で。キム以外に対して。面白かった。楽しかった。ストーリーが難しくて、もう政治関係の話はほぼ理解できてなかった気がするけど。七節出てきたしな。まさかもう諦めてがっかりしていたところに七節出てきたし。私の中で一番悲しかったのはやっぱカラオケに失敗したことだな。カラオケに失敗したことと、クラーシェの質問失敗したのが。あれもうちょっと粘ってね、あれに必要なスキルポイントを振って、だってね 50% 以上いってたもんね、確率。もうちょっとあそこで粘っていればグラーシュのからももっと聞けたかもしれないし。そうだルビーの会話ね、1回目で聞いて死んで、その後ね、話を聞く前にフェイル装置を壊しちゃったことによって全く話を聞かずに終わっちゃったことになったのがね。アンテナ立てる方法はもしくはクラージェから聞くこともできたかもしれないね。アンテナ立ててちょっとコルママダクアではなくレスポンサビリティのやつが進められたかもしれんな。あとなんか地下室みたいなところの扉もベッドチェック、そこと芸術家のねスカル族のシンディのところ レッドチェック残したまんま終わっちゃった分はやるだけやってみればよかったね。いや面白かった。キムにこんなに愛着が湧くとは思わなかったな。あんな淡々とした感じの人、いい相棒だったよ。なんだかんだでね、人間らしいところがあったりとか皮肉とか言ってきたりとか、それもちょっと嬉しくなっちゃったしね。いいコンビだった。これからは同じ部署で他の仲間たちも一緒にやっていくことでしょうね。本当に専門用語が多くてなかなかね理解できなかったことが悔しいんだけども、登場人物がみんな癖が強くて面白かったね。フーノとかね、クーの最後クールクールって言ってくれたの嬉しかったな。ただクーノースのことが最終的に分かんなかったのが気になるな。いろいろね分かんなかったことあるよな。ダンスもうまくやりたかった。最後の手と目の強調とか反応速度とかあれを上げまくって報復に来た時に完璧な対処方法を攻撃されずに避けたっていうルートもちょっと見てみたいな。まあボリュームがあまりにもすごいからもう一周自分でやることはちょっと厳しいけど、他の人のね動画とかを見て自分とは違う選択を楽しんでみようかな。タイタスだ。タイタスもいいキャラしてたな。完全に嫌なやつだと最初思ったんだけど最終的にはかっこよかったしね。タイタスも警察に来ればいいのに。ルビーもうちょっと仲良くなりたかったな。絶対いい人だし彼女はこれからもまた悩みつつちょっとうつ状態みたいな部分あるっぽかったからね。ルビーにももうちょっと寄り添いたかったな。逃がさずに逃がさないっていう道はあったんだろうか。あれついてきてもらって一緒に解決みたいなあったのかな。本当に分岐がすごかったねこのゲームね。プレイの方針によっては全然違うことを知られるんじゃないかな。できる分はもうやりきったと思うけどね。思い切った選択肢ってのはねどうしても自分できないからね。すごい敵に殴りかかるみたいなそれとかお酒飲みまくりとかね、そういうプレイも面白そうだとは思うんだけどできないんだよな。怖くてローカライゼーションって書いてある。ほんと素晴らしい翻訳でしたね。とんでもない量の文章が私が見ていないというか私が見た文章は私のこのプレイ1回では多分半分ぐらいしか全文章の半分ぐらいしか見てないんじゃないかな。特定の服を着た時とか特定の行動をした時すでにしていた時しか表示されない文章とかもあったしね。いや本当に本を貸してくださった方にはもう感謝ですよね。2019年に確か英語で出たんですがそこから約2年3年ぐらいそりゃあかかるよねっていう文章量だったよな。 予約中とかもしっかり入っててありがたかったです。おかげさまでこんなに楽しくこのゲームをプレイできましたよ。英語でねちょっとやった時はさっぱりわかんなかったからね。日本語でも結構さっぱりわかんないところあったし、そりゃあ英語でわかるはずがなかった。いや、キムにジャケット着せたかったな。怪我した後なんかジャケット着てた判定になってたっぽかったけど悔しいな。もうちょっとグッと押せばよかったな。もうちょっとできそうな感じはあったもんね。火炎瓶、まさかのネクタイだったね。ネクタイがあんなかっこいい終わりを見せてくれるとは。何度も何回あのネクタイを外して変えようかと思ったかわかんないくらいネクタイ付け替えたい気持ちになってたけどね。最後まで付け替えなくてよかった。本当にあれはいいものを見せてもらったもん。よし、楽しかった。終わっちゃった。終わっちゃったなー、ディスコエリジウム。いやー、もう存分楽しませてもらった。楽しかった。レナーの反応みたいな。インスリンで七不思本当にいたんだよって、すごい最後自信なくしてたからさ、そう伝えたいね。伝えたんでしょうね、あれからね。いやー、楽しかった。ディスコエリジウム、これにて完結ですね。いやー、面白かったー。もうそれしか言えないから。